It has two 18650 cells. 18650, 1200 milliamps, 3.7 volts. It's flat, that's the minus and that's the plus. Minus to the spring. A cover with 4 tiny screws. I already removed them. 5 watt with sensor. It has a solar panel. That one. It has LEDs on the front and a few on the side also. And a light sensor, I guess. Movement sensor. It turned on. Movement sensor. It has a button. The third one turns it off. Movement, and it does not power on. Movement, and it powered on. I haven't read the manual yet. You should attach 2 screws there and hang it on the wall. Now let's talk about the 4 stages or 4 settings of that lamp. The lamp has a button here on this side. The light is here. I will place it towards the front, and that's because the sensor, the movement sensor, the sphere is also to the front, so I'm not influencing with my body movement. Okay, so it has 1, 2, 3, 4 stages. The first one is always off, as it is visible no matter if there is movement or no matter if there is daytime or there is nighttime. The lamp is always off. The second one is strong light at night. So just press it once, that's it, and you have strong light. Now that strong light needs some movement, so whenever some movement is detected by that sphere in the front, then the strong light turns on. And after 30 seconds, if there is no movement detected, I'm intentionally speaking slowly, after 30 seconds of no movement, that light should turn completely off. And plus, yes, it did turn off, and plus it always turns off itself by day and always turns on by itself at night. So let's power it on by making some movement, and let's simulate daytime. And okay, it's not receiving enough light, so it's still on, but if I move it towards the light a little bit, it turns off. So it's not the best position here, but that's it. So whenever it detects day, it is turning itself off. Now let's make night. It's not powering itself on because there is no movement, but if I move my hand there, then it turns on for 30 seconds. Okay, that was the second one. Now let's go to the third one. So let's press it once again, and as you can see, the low light is enabled. That's the low light, and strong light when movement is detected. So that's the low light, and if it detects some movement, we have strong light. Now that strong light will power off after 30 seconds. So I should wait 30 seconds once again, and I will have, instead of bright light or strong light, I will have low light. Automatically off at day and automatically on at night. That is for all of the settings. That's it. But this is constantly on, so it's not turning itself off. It's either low light, as it is now, or it is strong light, as it is now. So this is always on. There is no off after 30 seconds here. There is just low light after 30 seconds. So the third stage is not powering itself completely off. It is just reducing its light output as it is now. And of course, this also turns off at daytime. Currently still on. Okay, daytime is coming and is turning itself off. And the last one, the fourth one, low light at night. That is the low light, and this one is not using the sensor. There is no low light after 30 seconds because it is low light. There is no off after 30 seconds, so this is always on at night. So it's not using the movement sensor, it's not influencing it anyway. At night it is on, and at daytime when the sun comes up it is turning itself off. So only low light all the time. So those are the 4 stages of this lamp, and if I press the button once again, then it will go back to always off. And that's the last one, and it doesn't matter if there is movement or no movement, and it doesn't matter if it receives some light or not, it's not powering itself on. So those are the 4 stages just by pressing one single button. It's not a sliding button as the manual shows somewhere. The 4th one, on off switch, it says. It's a cycling switch like thing. So those are the 4 stages of this lamp.
Acum, ea merge acum dacă tu dai drumul.
Ăsta trebuie să vie înapoi.
Dar și cum mai bine, nu mai bine.
Să batem.
Now I already waited around 20 seconds, I was not moving, and it got dimmer. A little bit of movement and it got brighter. Now let's see, the lamp is up here. How much should I move? It's instantly detecting me. Now let's test the distance from where it starts glowing. So I'm going towards it and from here, so pretty close. You have to be pretty close in order to make it light up. 1-2 meters and I'm more than in front of it. So I was somewhere there. The lamp is here, so the distance from where it starts, it's not too great. Now let's see from a different angle. It should power off in a few moments, and I will go close to it. 30 seconds is up, that's it. Now I will go towards it, and I will stop when it starts glowing. Ooh, I have to be pretty close. So this lamp will not start glowing if you are further away. Here's a solar lamp, and I charged the batteries a little bit using this battery pack and that charger, and then I inserted them into the lamp and smoke came out. The batteries were not warm. I just measured them and they give around 4 volts. 3.7 is mentioned here, and around 4.0 was one battery, but there was smoke in the lamp. So if I measure continuity, if it conducts, it goes to 0. Okay, and between this one and that one there is no conductivity, but between this one and that one I have something. Let's take it apart and see where it has a short circuit. It has a lot of screws. Wow, it even smells like fumes. We have a red wire there, which looks like burnt. There is the sensor, that round one. It has a circuit, LEDs on the side and on the front. That's the solar panel. Here's a switch, which is there. Solar panel is that blue wire and this red wire. So it melted and it fused to the plastic. Luckily I felt the smell. That wire is burnt. Luckily the wires are thin. Let's isolate those wires. this one and the black one. We'll see. And that wire broke. It was probably melted. It came out from the red plastic insulation. There is some metal on the right side. There, copper wire. This was here. It's very thin. And that green one is probably the charge controller for the two 18650 lithium-ion cells. Those, one of them is there charging. So I haven't found isolation tape, I used duct tape, and I found a much thicker wire, and there is conductivity between this one and that one. Now let's try to introduce the batteries, lithium-ion batteries 18650. If there will be smoke, I should quickly remove them. They are pretty flat, by the way. This is kind of flat and that is kind of flat. Where those openings are, that one is the positive side. So the flat one goes to the spring. No smoke yet. Another flat one. And there was smoke. Luckily it fell out. By the way, let's think a little bit. If that's a minus, and that's a plus. Question is what is here. Joining minus with a plus, that's a short circuit. Highly interesting. These two in the center are soldered together. So I'm basically joining the minus of one battery in series with the plus of the other battery. I'm creating a short circuit on two cells. And I even used a thicker cable. What is going on here? Luckily I have another lamp, and that one seems to be different. I mean, it's the same model, but look, the springs are in the center, both of them. Here one is on this side, one is on that side. Judging by the signs, it is incorrect. It says plus here, and that's correct, but it says plus there also. Just like here, that's a plus sign. It also looks like a plus, I'm not sure. Whatever, two springs are on the right side here, two springs are in the center there. This one is working, that one makes smoke. I'm basically joining the plus and the minus on the two batteries. This is the good one, which is functional, and that's the bad one, which was short-circuited from the factory. The two ends are connected on the good one, but the two minuses are here in the center. The two springs are for minuses. This plus and that plus are connected together. So both of these cells basically are connected in parallel. The same positive from this one goes to one battery and to the other battery also. So I need to put that spring here. These two should be reversed. Two minuses should be here and the two pluses outside. That's the good one, that's the bad one. On the good one, both springs should be in the center. On the bad one, one is here and the other spring is there. So modify it as this one. Plus is outside, minus is inside. So I desoldered the wire and I pushed out this one just by using a flathead screwdriver. I have to take apart those two. Oh, it's not even in contact. Great soldering. Now I should push out this also, and it came out. This one should go into this. It has those side elements, that one and that one, which is holding it a little bit. And that's it, it is pushed down. Get the springy one to the outside. Springy one goes here. So springs inside, plus is outside. And now connect those two. Solder them together. Minus goes here to the springs and plus there and the other plus there. Here's my soldering setup. This one is powered from that battery. Minus is there. They are soldered together. Plus is joined to the plus. Plus is received from the charger. Minus is received from the charger. Now let's try the batteries. Now the minuses are inside. This is pretty loose, by the way. So let's make that spring a little bit longer. Minus there. Ooh, it is already lighting up with one battery. So it's working even with one battery. Yes, because batteries are in parallel. So let's remove this one and it should work with that also. Yes, it's working. We have a light. Cute. Don't put them backwards. So it's working with that one. It's working without this one also. Light. Okay. First mode, second mode, third mode, and off. Okay, now put all the screws back and theoretically it's fine. Put all those 12 screws back. Lamp fix. It was in short circuit from the factory. By the way, the springs of the damaged lamp, which is here, are much looser. This one is much stronger. So I guess the short circuit already softened the springs of that lamp. This is shinier, that lost its shininess due to the heat from the short circuit. Plus should be outside. The cells were not hot after being short circuited. That's interesting because the wires, the isolation melted and the 18650 cells were not hot. Probably they cannot provide enough amperage. They are weaker. They are designed for just a lamp, not for a laptop. Once I short-circuited the 18650 from a laptop and that created a 1 meter long gas jet. This did nothing. This didn't even heat it up. That was burning. So probably they are pretty cheap and less powerful. They cannot provide enough amperage for higher loads. Here we have 3 more lights, and notice the springs. Here both of the springs are in the center. There are not in the center, and there is not in the center. So this one is correct because the pluses should be outside. Those two are placed incorrectly, so you can place the minus here and the plus there, and it's even marked plus and it's incorrect. Pluses should be outside on this lamp, otherwise it's a short circuit or something like that.